banning. But religion is really what I want to talk about. Because, and philosophies as well, because philosophy and religion and philosophy, they're two words that are both different in spelling. But I'm not religious, but I think that, religion's a collection of ideas, and philosophy is a collection of ideas, but religion is also, I feel, a collection of ideas, but with a mystical God who is above, is always above, never to one side. Never say, God is, of course, over there. Because people would go and look behind their head and say, what, this is God? And they say, well, whoever there is God. Oh, it's a duck. Are you God? Yes. Quack. Show me a miracle. Quack. Okay. It's a duck. Jesus, he was a religious kind of guy. Well, was he religious? No, I'm not religious, mate. No way. Anyway, he had some interesting ideas. I look at him as a sort of Gandhi figure, because I'm not really into religion. I'm not a religious person. I'm interested in the ideas. And he said, relax, be groovy, have big beards, yeah, that kind of stuff. And then people killed him, and his ideas split into many different areas. And then it quite often, people's ideas can be twisted into bad things, like the Spanish Inquisition. I don't seem to remember Jesus ever advocating the Spanish Inquisition, you know. I don't remember what Jesus said, in a parable. And man, he doth have two sons. To one son he doth give land and goats and geese. To his other son he doth stretch him out an enormously long length on a rack, and then ask him questions in a Spanish language. It just got totally twisted away. And Jesus, for me, big beard, loose flowing clothing, because it was quite clammy out there. He wore flip-flops on his feet because he was a kind of, a sort of a fashion guy, and he was Jesus, and he never moved very fast, did he? It was a hot country, and he knew that flip-flops are dangerous at fast speeds. If you buy flip-flops, on the bottom it is a size that says 40, yeah, and that's actually the speed that you can go in flip-flops. I just thought that. It implies slightly fucking fully. I think they'd be off. Yes, so, yeah, true. And he never, if you read the Bible, he never moved very fast in the Bible. If you read it, it never says, and Jesus shifted down the hill at high speed. Or things like, Jesus did turn to his disciples and say, quick, Scarpa, it's the Rozzers. And they did Scarpa down the hill. And that did Scarpa Jesus to drop his flip-flop and go... And then Jesus to drop his another flip-flop and say, Jesus H. Christ! H for Herbert. And all the other disciples to drop their flip-flops. Simon Peter to drop his, and Matthew and Mark and Luke and John, and all the English disciples dropped their flip-flops, basically. All the ones from Oxford who were out on a fishing trip. And even Judas, a local lad, dropped his flip-flop. That could have been on purpose, though. Not sure about that. And then Jesus turned to his disciples and said, no, curl your toes at the end of your flip-flops. They're really hard. So Jesus, Lord, it is a miracle, the curly-toed miracle keeps the flip-flop on. And the Rozzers, who were the Romans, followed behind at a fixed pace, and their flip-flops did not come off because they were attached all the way up to about here. And that was why they ruled the world.